Dangerous E numbers to avoid. Harmful food additives to avoid. Right. How about you not put them in the fucking food? No. We're not going to do that. We're going to do, you need to pick better on what I put there for you to eat. That's what they doing, man. But hey, the Lord allowed that. Why? The world is sinning anyway. So fuck them. But yeah. Well, you pray to the Lord and stuff like that. And, you protect us and stuff like that. While regulatory agencies maintain that this number E471 is generally safe for consumption. Generally. Right. E4 vegan. What am I doing, boy? Name. What is the name? Okay. Inflammation and oh shit, gonna make you fat. And you know what comes with fatness, right? All kind of shit, boy. All kind of destructive type of things that comes with being fat. Damn. So what is this? I can't pronounce it. I need to read like a kindergarten, whatever type of child. No, I'm kidding. I could actually read this, but you have others that actually have to do that. I have to do like molecule. Oh, molecule. I really have to do it but not this one. For example, this one. No, not this one's kind of easy. See this one here. I got it right here. Like glycerol. Okay, I do know the glycerol easily, but I can't find one right now. But I do have others that I actually have to stop. Like, what is that? I have to read it in like kindergarten, like glycerine, and then I can pronounce it. And even then, I can't pronounce it right away. I need to rehearse it. Anyway, man. So, what kind of dangers does it cause? Oh shit, heart diseases. God damn. But yeah, the Lord allowed this, man, for this devil to be able to do these things. But don't think that he's not gonna be gonna be punished. He's gonna pay. Unpunished. Thou shalt not go unpunished. Unpunished. How you spell that? Oh yeah. Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely. Here. Jeremiah 49:12. For thus saith Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunk it. What cup? Jeremiah 25:14. For many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of them also, and I will recompense them according to their deeds. All y'all gonna pay for making money off of us and all that type of stuff. And according to the works of their hands. Right. For thus saith Yahweh, the power of Israel unto me, Jeremiah. Take the cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all the nations to whom I sent thee to drink it. And they shall drink, and be moved, and be mad. Why? Because of the sword that I will send among them. Yeah. So it says right here, Jeremiah 49:12. Thus saith Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup, Israelites, have surely drunken. Yeah, because of the punishment. Because the Lord said it right here. Daniel chapter 9, verse 11. Neither have we obeyed the voice of Yahweh our power. The voice of the Lord is, it's going to say it, sorry. To walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants, the prophets. Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore, the curse is poured upon us. So, we are a people under curses. We are not the cursed people. There's a difference. And the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Heavenly Father, Deuteronomy 28, because we have sinned against him. And the Heavenly Father had confirmed his words by actions, which he spake against us, and against our judges that judged us. Who judged us? Our enemies did, those motherfuckers. They did it, sorry man. Sometimes you gotta laugh, man. You gotta laugh, man. What do you want me to do? Be angry all the time? Fuck it, man. Right. Don't have to be. I'm not angry all the time. I'm fucking furious every day, but I'll have to. So by bringing upon us a great evil, who did that? The people that judged us, they did it. For under the whole heaven had not been done, and as had been done upon Jerusalem. So no one went through what we went through. People say stuff like, everybody went into slavery. No, yes, but the people that get chopped up, burned, castrated, murdered, oppressed, stolen from, made money off of for more than 400 years now. You know, slavery ended like, what, 200 years ago? But until this day, they making billions off of us, man. Let me see. Let me see. Since its passing in 2009, Michael Estate has generated an estimated $3.5 billion in gross revenue. That's just the one that they talk about. That's just the one that they talk about. Approximately 600 million valuing the total catalog at over 1.2 billion. These are the things that they put on record like that, you know? Just like how these devils have, for example, they have offshore bankings and stuff like that. You're not gonna look when you Google somebody and then you say net worth, that don't mean nothing. That's what they got online, like on record, because they're talking about the richest people are billionaires. Shut the fuck up, man. They're trillionaires, man. Know what the fuck that means, man? Huh? You know what that means, man? This is what it means. So, it would take you about 114 years to spend $1 trillion if you was to spend 1 million million an hour. So let me say it again. If you spend 1 million an hour, that's 24 hours a day, then 24/7, so that's 24/7 times a million, and then you do it 365 days a year, right? 365 days a year, 24, so that's 24 million every day. You wouldn't run out of $1 trillion even after 114 years. 1 trillion. Did you get that? There's trillionaires out there. But here, here. This devil. Okay, don't you want to be irritating? Okay, so we'll use this one then. It was actually 1 point something trillion. Yeah, wait, let me see here. No, I got it. Wait, let me see. Wait. Right. Now, like I said, this is a software and it will find stuff. Okay, so it says here, US billionaire wealth surged by 70%. Okay, here you have Forbes, sorry. Led by Elon Musk's crazy gains, American billionaires have added nearly $2 trillion to their fortune during the pandemic. Okay, but what does it say? It says here, the spoils are concentrated at the top. Just 20 people account for more than half of all billionaire gains. So, yeah, they made this money. Let me see here. It says here, today they're worth nearly 5 trillion. Let me read here. On New Year's Day 2020, before COVID swept in US, the nation's billionaires held a collective 3.4 trillion in wealth. 3.4 trillion in wealth, according to Forbes' estimate. See? See, I can estimate that girl over there likes me. She liked me when I flash, stuff to her. Come on, man. Anyway, they're lying to you. They're just gassing themselves up. But I know that they have a lot of money, but I don't care about that, man. Look, if you let me see here. And I think State. Another one was State Guard or something like that. This one, these motherfuckers. State Street, sorry. I always forget that thing. Okay. Just watch this one and you already know they like 18 trillion deep. I'm not playing. I'm not making this up, man. I'm going to put the link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. A guy did all the checking. But that's on track record. That's on record. You can find that. Oh, you just need to do some digging. Yeah? You just need to do some digging. You're going to find it like, what? That's what you got? Yeah. And that's just one company. He didn't even count these ones. But I'll put the link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. It's very interesting, by the way, if you like stuff, interesting stuff. I'll put it in the thing and you can watch it for yourself. Then you're going to see like they do have they can't lose money. So when people saying stuff like go broke in Hollywood, I'm laughing at you because I'm thinking to myself like, they're doing that because when you're dead, your children are not going to resist them. The movies that they make and stuff like that nowadays with all these sodomites and what they claim to be diversity. Even though I saw these movies, I saw these type of movies and I saw them. I'm like, what the fuck? Since when are these cave people dancing and shit? And then they put you in the back. They only put one. The whole cast is fucking caucus. Get the fuck out of here. Sorry about the cussing, man. I'm getting frustrated in the month. Let me calm down. Now it says right here, right? But it shows right. There's another movie also. I always forget this movie name, man. You have Step It Up, and then you have the other one. I forgot the movie. I always forget the movie. I always forget the movie name, which is with so-called black people, the Mario and stuff like that, like Marion or something. Mario? I don't think it's him. There's another movie where you have. Wow, I can't figure out the name. I always forget this. Dance movies. It was a dance movie, man. Look, I don't know. I don't know anymore. But it was also such a dance movie. Like the Step It Up thing, like this one. I just don't know the name. But there you see them also just trying to slither themselves into this to our people's stuff. We think like, what? Where's this fucking diversity bullshit? That's what they're doing. They did that. But anyway, my point is that nowadays they have a big problem, especially in the Marvel world and in the other fantasy type world, where they love to see only caucus people. Like, for example, the new, I don't watch this thing, never watched it a day in my life, never. They have a problem with, I think this. So it used to be played by him, and now it is going to be played by him. They got a problem with that. And I'm laughing because I'm like, yeah, you devils are being replaced. Just like how you replaced us with the Bible and many other historical facts. Yeah, for example, this is not us, but still I'm irritated. I'm still irritated because I see what these devils are doing. You put a bunch of Arabs and Caucasus people, and the funny thing is they love to put the female too, so they put the female Arab. But she thinks she great. She thinks like, this is my heritage and my history. No, it's not. And only one so-called dark-skinned man. I have not seen this movie, by the way. Haven't seen it. I don't even desire to see it, yo. Normally I would watch these type of movies, but yeah, I'm not watching this shit, man. I don't even feel the need to watch it. Maybe I'll watch it in the future. I don't know. I'm not watching it now. So yeah. But this is what they do. This is what they've been doing. They change history through their television projectiles and stuff like that. They're lying to you. And they're lying to you about this too. Because I know that he made nearly like him. It's these people. These 20 people together, they made like what the 1 point what? How was it? Sorry, 2 trillion, but it's like 1 point something. In other words, U.S. Billionaires have gotten more than 1.8 trillion richer since the pandemic began. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, have fun with your money. So, but anyway, I think it's here. Oh yeah, it's concentrated. I don't know if this is 20. I didn't count it. I think so. I think that's the 21. The 20 thing. Yeah, I think that's the 20. I think it is. Right. But yeah. But you have individuals that have that. Like I said, where is that here? No? Wow. Oh, yeah. Here. I'm going to put the link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. This is just, the trillion thing is just one company. Come on, man. You think these people got just one company, man? That's what you think? Ah, come on, man. Hey, boy, they got it. But I don't worry about it because it's more. The pile is going to be bigger. And remember, he was sitting on the top and then he jumped down like. Even the other criminals was like, boss, please. They didn't say nothing because they're afraid of him. But you could look it in their eyes. Boss, please. Please don't burn the bar. Please don't. Look at this face. I think his face is right here. He looked at it. What do you do with all your money? What you do with all your money? Okay. Anyway. He looked at it. Look, he looked at it longingly, like, you know, when you see your girlfriend leaving you and you look at it and you really love her and you're looking at her like, please don't leave. That's how he was looking. Well, I can see trillions going up in smokes. Flames even. Yeah, Lord willing. We gonna do that because it's fucking worthless. If you didn't know, by the way. Anyway. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom. But yeah, if you get sick, the Lord did something to you. Or it could be something else. Maybe the Lord is testing you. That's a possibility too. But I would lean more to the fact that Esau is the devil and he's the one that the Most High uses to punish people upon the planet. That's why we're getting sick. Because Esau is the one that is allowed to do this. What are the dangers of this thing right here? Well, this one, heart attacks. This one, cancerous attack, gut and health inflammation. Wow, health. That's a broad aspect right over there. You don't know what the hell is in there. Everything and anything that has to do with health could get messed up. Because your guts is where a lot of the immune system actually, that comes from, but works. I could kind of say it like that. Yeah, because, yeah. For example, when you're fasting, that's where you're, that's where you cleanse yourself with, your gut, by cleaning it up, and also your spirit, of course, but that's another branch of fasting. But it's also good for your body, you know, but yeah. But you have people in countries where they don't have a lot of food. They also starving to death. They're not fasting. So, and it's not good for them neither. Fasting is something that you do regularly while still having food around. That's the real fasting. Because if you really don't have food, that's not actually fasting. That's starvation. You forced to do that. Anyway, you can get heart problems and digestive system problems. What? Oh shit! Oh, it's pork. I didn't even know that. I would look at the religious. I'm not eating this anyway, so I don't know it. I know of it. As soon as I see glycerine, I already know it's pork. Glycerine is pork. Sometimes they actually do it from with plants, like for example, glycerine. It's in toothpaste here. It's pork. I know that. Glycerine. I didn't spell it good, but sometimes they do spell it like this because they're they're devils, so they're lying. Anyway, glycerine, pork. It can be derived from pork. That's why if I see that, I'm not eating it. You do have others that say it is plant, and then the package is for plants and stuff like that. I actually called a company one time with this one. Vitamin A. Shit. What is that about? Oh, I forgot the product. Damn. Wow. I have it here. This one. That one. I got a shot right there. Golden. This one. I actually called the people up, and the guy told me like the glycerine on this one is actually plant. Because I looked at it, I saw it, I was like, I'm not using that. But I know it to be good because before I knew, that was like what, 2007. So I've been using these type of things for more than 26 years or something like that. Actually, it's very good. Actually, very good. I like it. But yeah, since before 2000, since 1969, I don't know, so something like that, 89, 79, I don't know. But it was for 2000. I've been using this, and then only in 2000 I started to learn. 2007, sorry, I started to learn about the pork and all that stuff. The glycerine. I don't eat pork. I never. When I was younger, but yeah, I haven't eaten pork over 30 years or something like that. I didn't eat it before in the scriptures because my people taught me that. The country I'm from, they taught me like don't eat pork, so I never ate it. So it's not a problem. But I didn't know it was in the products. I didn't know it was in the toothpaste. I did not know that. Because I don't know about these freaky numbers, man, these A numbers, and I didn't know. Now I know, Lord willing. I didn't know about the E numbers. I didn't know about the fancy words that they use. You have to understand, man, in that time, and not everybody had a supercomputer walking around. Well, let me say it again. Not everybody had a supercomputer in their pocket walking around upon the planet Earth and all that type of stuff. People didn't have that like that. So you either read something and you just didn't know you still used it, or you needed to be some kind of lawyer or something like that, or have a lawyer present that can read all these Latin type of freaky, destructive, weirdo words and then also understand what it means. People didn't know that shit, man. It's now through the internet. When you go into the store and then you could look up the stuff right there where you're standing. Because you might be like, how are these things allowed in this food? I see other caucus people talking about that. But yeah, the point is you didn't know. Now you know, because the internet, you could look up stuff. Now you could look up stuff and stuff like that. Now you know, like, oh, that's in there? I didn't know that. Well, you can't stop it anymore because the motor is already rolling. It's already rolling. You can't really stop it like that. Not like that. You're not going to do it like that easily. Now, we can't function with all these things anymore. It's too much. It's all over the place. It's like these forever chemicals and stuff like that. That's what they have. They got the forever chemicals. Plastic. It's in your body. Because they put it in there. You know? And that's also one of the causes of the diseases. Not main causes, but one of the causes of diseases and stuff like that. Anyway. So, yeah. The point is, there is actually a plant. Damn, there's actually plant glycerine in this. So I thought to myself, why don't they just make every glycerine of plant if they are able to do that? Why would they? Huh? Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, then the people rejoice. Then, only then. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, complain, have something bad to say about the government or the governing people, I should say. Because government, I get a building in my head. If you think about governing people, the ones that rule, then you get people in your head. I see Caucasus people. I don't see no one else. I don't see no Arabs ruling over there trying to tell me what to do. I'm not in their lands. If I go to their lands, then it's something else. And if I go like China or something like that, then, you gotta follow their rules. But other than that, normally, for the bulk majority, the slave descendants are under the Caucasus. So I see them. They're doing it. But yeah. You have all these things, boy. You have all these things that I can't pronounce, but they have crazy things in it. Like, what? How is that even? What? Those are stupid questions that I ask myself. Like, so why is this in there? How could this be in there? How is this possible? How is this allowed? Why is this? Those are all stupid questions. Why is this allowed? How is this allowed? How is this? Dumb questions that I ask myself. I already know the answer, so it's stupid for me to ask myself. But I'm not asking myself. I'm throwing it out there just to make you think about it. Well, not you specifically, but just other people. When I say like, so why is this allowed? And then they need to think for themselves. It's allowed because they allowed it, and it's allowed because they want to kill you. That's why it's allowed. It's allowed to spread diseases. It's allowed to stop your fucking heart from pumping. Stop your fucking heart. That's how they think. When they make these products, they think, how am I going to stop the fucking hearts of these people pumping upon the planet? I'm going to stop their hearts. Yeah? That's why Obadiah chapter 1 verse 18 is written. Let me round it off with this one because I keep on talking now like a motor. Psalms 9 and 10. The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made. They want to stop our hearts. Their heart is going to stop once that time comes. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 18. In the net which they hid is their own foot taken. They are hiding these chemicals in the food, even in the for your skin, the lotions and stuff like that, even in hair products here, infertility. Soap here. You got infertility in gel. You got the infertility in gel products because a lot of Jacob descendants use that stuff from in the 90s. And if you keep on using gels and hair products, your hair gonna fall off. I know what I'm talking about. I was using just hair things and stuff like that. Lord willing, I never put that thing in my head again. And Lord willing, my hair is going back. But if you use these things, your hair will fall off once you hit a certain age. Your hair is gonna fall off because it can't. You're calcifying your underneath your skull, and there's a lot of damage over there. So Lord willing, it's gonna reverse itself, but the body is able to recover from a lot of damage. But still, these chemicals do a lot of hurt, and some you might not recover from it. Your body can't. Somebody else might, but then again, it all goes back to the Heavenly Father, and it all goes also back to maybe your DNA, your forefather's ancestry DNA is stronger than mine. It's possible. Why wouldn't it be possible? I've seen certain people eat McDonald's and then other people eat McDonald's too, but he blew up faster than the other guy. But meanwhile, they both go to McDonald's. His body is not strong enough, like the immune system and also the digestive system is not strong enough in order to break down those chemicals. Because that's not food. Those are chemical compounds and stuff like that. But his body is. But wait. Let him turn 40 and he's going to let him turn 40. He's going to get fat too. And he, in his 20s, he's already fat. If he keeps on doing that until his 40, he's dead. Because he's really, really going to be, he's really going to be messed up. His digestive system is like 20 years older. While they're both 20 years old. He has a digestive system of a person that's 40 years old. That's why he's getting fat at 20. And he's only getting fat at 40 and 30. And stuff like that. 7 ways to avoid harmful chemicals for fertility. How about not making them? I didn't even go to school like that, and I'm still smarter than them with the answer. What do you mean avoid? How about you don't or avoid putting them in the thing in the first place? How about that? Chemicals in soap can cause male infertility. Thing is claimed. Let me see. Swanson. Here, this one. Shauna Swan. Most couples may have to use assisted reproduction by 2045. What are they doing? I know what they're doing. They want to make it to where this is going to be the thing. This is what they want. Then you're going to have to pay them to get pregnant. The women were all barren. There was a fertility crisis where only a very small percentage of women are able to conceive. Those are the ones that they select. Because you're supposed to die, and they're supposed to be the only ones that can make children. But they're going to cause it to where, that's why the Heavenly Father said, if he doesn't come fast, then there will be no flesh left to be saved, right? But yeah, they're doing male infertility. They're doing women infertility, you know? And they do that on purpose because they already set it up like this. Lord willing, he's not going to get that far. But if he was to be getting that far, then you should know why the scripture is written, Matthew 24, which says, Matthew 24:22, except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. This is what they're creating. This is what they do. Here. Humanity may split in two. They want an upper class of caucus males, and then they want a short, dim-witted class. Look at the thing, looks like an Asian female. Look at it. They want to make people as small as Asians. And I'll show you that they're already having talks about this. I'm going to show you one. Wait, before I go, wait. Now, listen carefully to this, and then I'm gonna type it off. Wait. Yeah, I'm gonna play.
Climate change is a really big problem. We don't really know how to solve it. But it turns out that we can use human engineering to help us address climate change. So
we can use human engineering to help this fake-ass climate change bullshit that they're talking about.
2 examples. So one is that people eat too much meat, right?
So they can solve it. One example is, okay, people eat too much meat, right? Okay, what are you gonna do about it?
And if they were to cut down on their consumption on meat, then they would it would actually really help the planet. But people are not willing to give up meat. Yeah, some people will be willing to, but other people, they may be willing to, but they have a weakness of will. They say, wow, this steak is just too juicy. I can't do it. I'm one of those, by the way. So,
He's trying to minimize his criminal activities, but what he about to say, sorry about all this stopping, but let me go on.
But so here's the thought, right? So it turns out that we know a lot about, we have these intolerance to, for example, I have milk intolerance.
This bitch said we know a lot about, and then he caught himself, they know a lot about DNA. That's what they know. AIDS, for example, how that popped up out of nowhere. Let me go on.
And some people are intolerant to crayfish. So possibly we can use human engineering to make...
Possibly we can use human engineering
the case that we're intolerant to certain kinds of meat, to certain kinds of bovine proteins. And there's actually analogs of this in life. There's this thing called the long star tick, where if it bites you, you'll become allergic to meat.
The long star tick doesn't fucking exist. Long star dick. I'll tell you what I mean when it doesn't exist. No. Makes you allergic to meat. I'll tell you what I mean when I said it doesn't exist. This is when the fucking animals start to exist. Yeah? The link between tick bites and red meat allergy, this thing, was formerly really 2007. That's so you mean to tell me that what that thing has been sneaking around upon the planet for thousands of years, and nobody knew it existed. Not the Great Caucus. Not that really. Not they made that. They know what they're doing. That's why he slipped up almost. But only if you know, that's when you know, like, hey, shit, you just actually wanted to say it. Because he's dumb. They're stupid. But then again, whatever, man.
I can sort of describe the mechanism. So that's something that we can do through human engineering.
That's something that we can do through human engineering. Why don't you go take that Tuskegee syphilis shot that they giving people? Go ahead, nigga. Roll up your sleeves. You love them, right?
We can kind of possibly address really big world problems through human engineering. Another example is...
you go first.
Yeah. And another example is sort of, and here I'll go first, right? You'll see that I'm the smallest person here.
Because you're Asiatic. Go on.
Right? And, Amy's the smallest person. So it turns out that the larger you are, think of the lifetime sort of greenhouse gas emissions that are required to sort of, the energy that's required to transport larger people rather than smaller people, right? But if we're smaller, just by 15 centimeters, right, that's a mass, I did the math, and it's about mass reduction of 25%, which is huge. And 100 years ago, we're all on the average smaller, exactly about 15 centimeters smaller. Right? So think of just the, like lifetime greenhouse gas emissions if we had smaller children, right? And so that's something that we could do through some sort of human...
She bitch cut you off. But he said that's something that we could do. Okay. What the fuck is this then? Let me read it real quickly. I was gonna stop, but anyway. It says here, evolutionary theorist, Oliver Curry of the London School of Economics expects a genetic upper class and a dim-witted underclass to emerge.